Hello there. My name is Chata and this is Sacred Union Temple. This is video 2 of an introduction to Sacred Union, and in this video we're going to explore the energetical process of Sacred Union. How is Sacred Union alchemized, if you will? So when we speak of Sacred Union, it occurs when there are two opposite energies, two polar opposite energies coming together. And when these two opposite polar energies are coming together, they start to balance out. They start to create sacred union. They start to come to a perfect balance point that cancels the two energies out, creates balance, cancels the two energies out, and then creates 0 point or creation point, as is known, energy. This is an energy, this is an infinite amount of energy. This energy is not transformed into anything yet. This is an energy that all of life has been created. Babies are created through this 0 point, this coming together of two polar opposite energies. They create this 0 point, they cancel each other out, they collapse each other's energies out, and they create an infinite amount of energy called 0 point or creation point energy. And this is what stars have been born out of, universes have been born out of, ascension processes happen. This is the seed of all creation, how children are born, etc. So from that 0 point or creation point, we are able to create a new and more advanced energy. At this moment in time, it's kind of a blank canvas, and then it can be transmuted or alchemized into a more advanced energy than the previous two energies. So when these energies come together, we are understanding that 1 plus 1 doesn't equal 2 in this process. We're talking about the Sacred Trinity process. In the Sacred Trinity process, 1 plus 1 equals 3, meaning that we have two energies that are polar opposites. When they merge, come together, cancel each other out, and create 0 point or creation point energy. From that energy, we don't just create energy 1 plus energy 2 together. It creates something more than that, a more advanced and more high frequency energy than there previously was before. It's being alchemized and transmuted into something totally different. For example, we have, let's say the two energies were the color red and the color yellow. When they alchemize, they cancel each other out and they become something new. They don't equal, oh, now we are red and yellow together. No, they equal the color orange, and orange has a whole new entity, a whole new energy to itself. It has 1 plus 1, red plus yellow, equals not only red and yellow, it equals red and yellow and orange. So it equals 1 plus 1 equals 3. Does that make sense? It has a more advanced entity to it, including the previous two energies. So number 1, we have two opposite energies coming into the perfect balance point, coming into sacred union. Number 2, the creating of 0 point or creation point energy. And then thirdly, what happens is we are creating a third and more advanced energy, which in the previous example, we can say, okay, we have yellow plus red equals orange. And that's what that process is naturally doing. Or we can even have a more directing process with it. When we play with two opposite energies, we can actually direct that energy into a purpose or into a creation or into a certain manifestation that we want to. Okay, so there can be a conscious or unconscious process of sacred union. And in the third level of creating that third energy, that more advanced energy, it can be the natural energy that occurs within this process, or it can be something we're specifically directing. Okay? For example, I could be creating sacred union within my mental mind, between my subconscious and conscious mind, and I actually want to specifically work on my fear of heights within my, and balance that out between my subconscious and unconscious mind and heal that. And that's how I'm directing that energy outwards and into the universe and back into myself. And that's where I've directed this energy. But of course, one of the highest and most beautiful ways to direct this 0 point energy, this infinite amount of energy, is always to the highest and greatest good of the multiverse, to all of us, if we so wish to. So, just to recap, we mentioned in video 1 that there's a lot of vocabulary we can use when we're talking about sacred union, depending on our lens, our perspective of life, and what fractal of sacred union we're actually speaking of. And then we also said that sacred union occurs when two opposite energetical forces come together, come into balance point, come into sacred union. And so here are some of the words that we could exchange up with. We could call it yin and yang, are two opposite energies that come together and can create a third. Feminine and masculine, and then we have beyond the sexes. We have creativity and sexuality, combine those upward spirituality. We have Shiva Shakti, electro and magnetic. We have third dimension and fourth dimension, creating the fifth dimension. It really is depending on what situation, perspective that we're speaking of, or the lens that you're looking at. But those are just some examples of two polar energies and how we can switch the vocabulary, although we're talking about the same process and the same essence at the end of the day. So if we can understand what sacred union is, what it means, how we can create it and then direct it, whether consciously or unconsciously, we can have a more creative and active role in building our own reality and also building our collective reality. We can have a more active role in creating the reality we wish to live in. All right. This is all for this video. Thank you for tuning in. In the next video, we're going to just have a little look about the three, an introduction to the three levels of, Okay, thank you for tuning in. In the next video, we're going